Hello, this is Paul from Foresight Tech, and this is the fifth part for Hyperbola. Okay, and in this part I was going to show you and the two basic. It's very easy. I want. So this time we don't have a lot of calculation. So the first step, so we're going to determine graph. Determine graph of a hyperbola. Okay, and in this class I will only give you multiple choice questions. Okay, keep in mind, if I have questions in the classwork or homework for you, is only multiple choice, even in the test. So multiple choice questions. Okay. I'll give you one example here. So the first example, if I given the standard equation, not the standard equation, I will, so look at it, I'll give it, so let me turn on, wait, can you, okay, on the tune, we'll see a little bit clear. Okay, so I give you equation, so how to find the graph? Square minus 9 y plus 1 square equals 9. And how to find the graph? How do you find the graph? And the multiple choice question then is easy. Okay, so here I cannot show you, so we need to go to a little bit. So how to determine the graph now? And this is not a standard. We need to get to standard, right? This not a standard. Not a standard equation. We need to find the standard equation. Okay, so what is standard equation first? But this is much easier than the example in the last part, the first part I showed you, right? So here the standard equation is almost. So look at it. What you need to do is divided by 9, divided by 9, divided by 9, both sides, and then we will have this standard equation. So x minus 2 square over 9, right? This over 9 we cancel 9, so it means minus, only 1 left, y plus 1 square. 9 over 9 is 1. So this is the standard equation. And if we have this, then we almost have the graph. And we're going to get the graph. So first, x go first. X goes x minus y. Okay, means x is positive. X goes first. So it's a horizontal. Good, it is the first. When we do multiple choice questions, so if you look at it, the horizontal is possible. If it's vertical, that's wrong, right? Definitely. So this is important, the first part. The second is we're at the center. We need to find it, okay? And then from here, we need to find the center. The center is easy to find. Center is what? Is h is opposite of negative 2. Keep in mind that is 2. And the k is opposite of 1, which is a negative 1. Okay, and this is the one we need. And usually when we're going to do multiple choice questions, you have these two is good enough. Is good enough for you to find the answer. And then if we draw a rough graph, is like this, horizontal, and then this is the center. If I say the center, so you look at the center first. The center is 2, negative 1, and then it's horizontal, means this. Okay, and then look at it. Look at the position of the center and the open direction. This is horizontal, and then you can make, and then you can go into make your choice for multiple choice questions. This is the first. This is rough. Okay, so just you only need to get a rough graph to determine a multiple choice questions. And this is the first step. I'm going to give it the second. Okay, the second is going to unify all the conics together. Remember, so we learned in this section, in this chapter, okay, chapter 10, we learned the straight line, and then we learned the ellipse, hyperbola, ellipse, hyperbola, parabola, hyperbola, ellipse all together. This is what we call the conic sections, right? So now, this one, I tell you something. We can going to determine which graph or which equation corresponding to what kind of conics. And this is to classify, we simply say classify conic sections or conics from general equation. So this is not a standard equation, it's a general equation. So it's a general equation. Okay, look at this. This is the results we need to use. You only need to know these results, then you have everything. Okay, if, so look at it, this is, if the equation, we call it the general equation, give you, the general equation already give you is like this. General equation give you is a x squared plus, because we don't have a cross term, so we only go to c y squared, the plus d times x plus e times y plus a constant number. For constant number, we say is f equals 0. Everyone. So this is all the general equation for conic sections. Any conic sections belongs to this type. Is square for x, square for y, and linear for x, linear for y. Of course, someone pop something, some parameter probably equals to 0. Okay, and don't forget that this is general. Anyone based, this is not standard, is general. But look at the results. So the results give you is this. The first, if it's a circle, circle is also a type of conic section. We learned this from 171. If it's a circle, we should what? Should the most important, if it's a circle, A should be equals to C. I want to look at this. A should be equals to C. Y. And also A does not equal 0, right? And also A does not equal 0. So did the first. Y is like this. And do you remember what is the standard equation for a circle? Okay, so we look at it. If it's a circle, it's look like this: x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. This is a circle we learned from 171. If you, this is perfect square, this is perfect square. When we expand it, the perfect square, what do we have? Coefficient for x squared is 1. Coefficient for y squared is 1, right? So from here you can find x squared and the plus y squared and the plus whatever. Means what? The coefficient this time a equals 1, and this is c also equals 1. So we have a equals c, right? Definitely we need to do this. And if a equals c, we can divide it by a. So divided by a divided by a, all the coefficient goes to 1 is the same as this. Okay, so this is the first for a circle. The second, and so for parabola. So if for parabola, so which kind of condition fit for parabola? Do you remember parabola? Parabola is like this. Okay, if I put it here, parabola. So do you remember if it's open right, it goes to x, right? So y squared. Do you remember this? Y squared equals 4px. Whatever. This is open right, right? So positive x if p greater than 0 in this case. Okay, if p greater than 0, x equals greater than, this is open right. So look at these two data to compare. What do we have? In this case, we don't have x, right? So we don't have x means a equals 0. In this case, is a equals 0. If I give you another case, if I give you x squared equals 4py, do you remember this? And also I give this case p greater than 0. Do you remember what this? This should be open, y is positive, open, up. See, this is also parabola. And compared to that, x squared is there, we don't have y squared. Means what? Means in this case is c equals 0. Whatever any case, okay, whatever which case, we always have these results. Either a equals 0 or c, either a equals 0 or c equals 0. Only one does not equal 0. Means what? So we should is a times c equals 0. Okay, at least a means a equals 0 or c equals 0. Of course, but not this. But not this. Okay, but not a equals 0 and c equals 0. This is not okay. You cannot. If a equals 0 and c equals 0, this equals 0, this equals 0, this is a straight line. It's not a parabola. If I put these results to here, so what the results we have? Either a is c equals 0, okay? So only 1 equals 0. 1 is 0. 1 is 0. I wanted the second, so we counted the third. So which one is ellipse? If we're looking at the ellipse, so probably I'll give you one example. I put it here. What is ellipse? Give example, horizontal ellipse. Do you remember this? X minus h squared over a squared horizontal plus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1, right? This is a horizontal type. Another is vertical. So look at what do we have? And this exactly we will find what? So we will find both a. So if we expand, so the coefficient for x squared, the coefficient for y squared are different. The coefficient for x squared is 1 over a squared. The coefficient for y squared is 1 over b squared. That means a and c does not equal to each other. Does not equal to each other. In this way, is so what do we find? If we're going to do, we find a is 1 over a squared, and c, which means the coefficient, c equals 1 over b squared. See, what do we have? A does not equal c, and also a greater than 0. Can we see? A greater than 0 in this, or we can say AC greater than 0. So we put it here. Is a times c greater than 0. Okay, it's good enough. It's good enough. Have the same sign. It means the sign is the same, right? I mean the sign is the same. What? If a is positive, then c should be positive. If a is negative, c should be negative. If both negative divided by negative ones, they are equal to both positive. So it's the same. Okay, both positive or the same sign. Okay, I will find the last is what we just discussed, the hyperbola. Look at this time of hyperbola is different. Is AC less than 0, okay? The different sign, okay? Different sign. One example here, ellipse parabola, hyperbola, everyone. Hyperbola. I give you one example, like if x square, if x minus h square, okay, I do this, x minus h square, over here is a square, minus y minus k square, over b square. Do you remember this? I gave you equals 1. X goes first, so this is a horizontal type, right? Horizontal type. Another type is a vertical type. So look at what the coefficient. The coefficient for x, I mean a is 1 over a square greater than 0. And what is the coefficient for y? Y for y square. Y square is, which means c is negative 1 over b square is less than 0. Okay, means what? In this case, it means AC is less than 0. If 1 is positive, another should be negative, then we can do minus. Okay. So as x squared minus y squared is horizontal. Y squared minus x squared is vertical. For ellipse, x square always plus y square, right? So this is the results. Can we see? And do you have questions about this? Sorry. So I will going to give one example. This is the results you need to know. Give you a general, so you can determine what is the type. So either circle, if we have a square form, so either circle or parabola or ellipse or hyperbola. If no square form, if a equals 0, c equals 0, the last case. See, if a equals c equals 0, this is going to, we don't have a square, we only go to linear. This is a line, okay? This is a line. It's also conic section. It's also conic section. Means whatever the case is, okay, whatever any case is, this general equation tell you is talking about the conic sections. And I will use this to give one example, the last example. In this part, a few. So one question is this. So I will going to the first equation I gave you is 3x squared plus y minus 6x plus 6y plus 5 equals 0. Okay, so I give you the second. This is general equation. And I copy here. Wait a little, and minus 3 equals 0. The third one is this 3x squared plus y squared plus 6x minus 2y plus 3 equals 0. The fourth, 2x squared plus 4x plus y minus 2 equals 0. Okay, so can we determine? So which type? All this is the form the general. Remember, all this is the general. See, all this is A, C, D, E, F, whatever you can find. All we need to determine is based on A and C. You don't need to care about the D, E, F, right? You don't need to care. Okay, so we're going to do the first. So where is A? So in this case, this is A. A equals 3, and C equals 3. So which type? Now A equals C, right? See, A equals C in this case. Okay, A equals C. So what we can find? We can find A equals C. If A equals C, then it's circle. Then it's circle. Okay. So it's a circle. Easy to find. Did the first, and then we're going to the second. Where is A? A equals 2. Whereas C? C is a negative 4, a negative number. And in this case, we can easily to see AC, of course, no 0, right? So A times C, A times C, A times C is negative 8, less than 0. So can we see? Less than 0 is the type we learned today. It's a hyperbola. So we say it's a hyperbola. And we look at this one, is the same. Okay, so we're going to find A equals 3. We're going to find C equals 1. In this case, A times C equals 3, greater than 0. And greater than 0 is a ellipse. Okay, so we have this is a ellipse. The last one, so we look at it. So this is A, good. So we find A equals 2. Where's C? We don't have y square, means 0 times y square. This means C equals 0. We don't have a C, okay? Means C is 0. In this case, we AC equals 0. So can we see which type of parabola? Parabola is AC equals 0. So this time is a parabola. Parabola means you only see one term of square, one square term. Okay, if you see two square term, both positive is what? Ellipse. If you see two square term, there's one negative, which is a hyperbola. If you see two square term, both positive but the same coefficient, which means the circle. And this is all. Thank you, everyone. I have the last part for you later. Thank you.